Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of ASQ 360, and I pray that this particular episode will richly bless you. So without wasting much time, let's get right into the meat of the day. On today's episode, we'll be answering the question, is it compulsory to say the sinner's prayer to achieve salvation? Now, before we go right into it, let me ask you something. Just imagine you're about to enter into a relationship, for example, and deep down you know that this person you have in view really likes you, and I mean you can legit feel it from their actions and all, but the person never said a word about loving you or being desirous of a relationship with you. How certain will you be that this person really loves you, even though you see the signs? I'm sure you'll be full of doubt, right? When there is no word to fall back on. An assumption is a shaky foundation to stand upon in matters like this. So, it's the same thing in our relationship with Jesus. Many people believe that you don't have to say the sinner's prayer in order to achieve salvation, and they use the phrase, God knows the heart. And truly, Jesus knows our hearts. He knows our thoughts, He knows our innermost desires. And in fact, John chapter 2 verse 23 to 25 says that because of the miraculous sign Jesus did in Jerusalem at the Passover celebration, many began to trust Him, but Jesus didn't trust them because He knew about all people, and no one needed to tell Him about human nature, for He knew what was in each person's heart. So yes, Jesus knows the heart of everyone. But throughout the Bible, if we check very carefully, especially in the New Testament, we can see that Jesus saw the heart of everyone, but they still had to openly declare their need for Him before He acted on anything they wanted. So we're talking about salvation now. Salvation, defined by Strong's Bible Commentary Dictionary, defines salvation as an admission into the kingdom of God and deliverance from preceding judgment. And the book of Romans stated how one can be saved, and in this context, it also talks about how one can be admitted into the kingdom of God. Now, Romans chapter 10 verse 10 says, "For it is by believing in your hearts that you are made right with God, and it is by openly declaring your faith that you are saved." Another version of the Bible puts it this way, "For with the heart man believeth unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession is made unto salvation." That confession there clearly tells us that the sinner's prayer is necessary to attain salvation. It's like coming into a new relationship with Jesus but refusing to let go or denounce your ex. It's just like the prodigal son, for example. When he came back, he had to publicly acknowledge that he was wrong. And you can find this in Luke chapter 15 verse 21, where he said, "Father, I have sinned against both you and heaven." So the sinner's prayer is needed to achieve salvation. Remember, in Romans, Paul said it is with the mouth confession is made unto righteousness. And lastly, if you think you can attain salvation just with your heart, the book of Matthew tells us in chapter 12 verse 34 to 40, it says that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So if your heart is full of something, your mouth will definitely tell it. There's nothing called a silent salvation. And in the latter verse it says, "For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned." So it is by your word that heaven declares or records your salvation. So I really hope this brought some light to this subject matter. There's always room to dig deep in God's word to know more about salvation. Thank you so much for watching. Before you go, make sure you support this video by giving it a thumbs up, share, like, subscribe. See you next time, and don't forget to live your life